This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button and smash that subscribe button. And let's just get right into it. We got The Game and the Baby. They're reacting to Tekashi. The Game says he does not condone snitching, but he does feel bad for him because a lot of these kids get involved in things that they don't know about and know the consequences. And Tekashi got himself involved in something that was already an investigation going on. And he embraced it. Probably he knew what was wrong, and he was televising everything along with the other people in that organization. I mean, Mel Murda was on the phone talking about everything that was happening, and his phone was tapped. Shotti was putting everything on social media. So was Tekashi. They're all just as bad. It's just that Tekashi really wasn't from that life, and he was... It's kind of like what Rick Ross does in a way, okay? Because Rick Ross takes somebody else's whole life. Freeway Ricky Ross, do your research on him. He's a guy in LA that, you know, he did like 15 years for what he was doing. Rick Ross took his name, Rick Ross, Freeway Rick Ross, took Rick Ross, emulated his life in rap music. Even though Rick Ross is a great rapper, I love Rick Ross as a rapper. But you can't ignore that fact, right? So The Game said he doesn't condone it. And then, you know, as far as him having a career, everybody says that Tekashi probably will have a career after he gets out. And I think so, too. He's getting his tattoos removed and all this other stuff. DaBaby said he would have worked with him before he snitched, but not now. And he never would have jumped on a track with him dissing somebody else. Okay. We'll get back on this topic. Let's get to some other news. Positive news that Bobby Shmurda will be getting out December 11th, 2020. And that's awesome. You know, Bobby Shmurda, he actually took more time so that, what's this? I can't believe I can't remember his friend's name. You guys will correct me in the comments. Bobby Shmurda and the guy who had computer, what the hell? I can't believe I remember his name. His best friend. I'm an idiot. Anyways, his best friend that was a rapper too, and I'm just drawing a blank. I know I just haven't said his name in a while, so I'm not thinking about it. But he you know, so his friend could get out earlier. I thought that was a real stand-up thing to do. So he'll be coming home. Then I want to highlight a graphic artist. He let me use one of his images on the last video I did last night, and I credited him. But I want to bring more attention to him because I started looking more into his work. And everybody needs, you know, it has to happen organically. Don't start emailing me now and being like, yo, man, put me on there. I organically used this kid's graphic art, and then the more I look into his Instagram, he's very talented. And when I find talent on my own and decide on my own instead of it being forced in front of me, I like to highlight it. He was appreciative of me putting it on there and highlighting him, and that's how I was when I started. When I was doing music video, we'll get into this story, and I'll touch on that at the end. But this is his Instagram, so he gets the proper. It's Slapadon Live. Make sure you go and check out his work. It's really good. You know, he turns things around really quick, and I'll play a piece of his work after this. And I hope he's not mad that I wasn't able to contact him and get approval, but I'm sure it's going to be okay. It's Tekashi on the stand, and it's awesome. So anyways, CEO Kris, that was one of Tekashi's first managers, and it's coming out now. Now, a lot of people knew about this. I wasn't that involved in all Tekashi's like history until he got in trouble. I was more about this. Damn, this kid is involved. I knew he was messing with Mel Murda and them because I noticed that, and you know, Bird Gang affiliates. You know, that's Mel Murda's a Bird Gang affiliate. I didn't know this guy CEO Kris. And you hear the name, but then he kind of disappeared, right? But he was part of this thing called, what was it called? Operation Hardball or something like that. So he was part of a drug distributing synthetic opioids, right? And this happened, I think this all collapsed in 2017. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this dates back to, yeah, March 29, 2017. Tekashi didn't blow up until November 2017, right? So they already knew, if anybody did their research, they knew this kid was kind of dirty, right? Because he was around, right? And So it was fake stuff from China, fake fentanyl and all this stuff. And a lot of people were, passing away because of this. They were peddling like heroin, cocaine, all that kind of stuff. Narcotic detectives never seen this before. It was called fentanyl. I can't really pronounce it, but according to some estimates, the drug has caused hundreds of deaths in the United States the last year. So this kid has hundreds of deaths on his conscience. Okay, 357 count indictment arraigned this week in Brooklyn. This kid was one of the kids allegedly part of this whole operation. I don't know what happened, but he's part of he's taken this, he's on wiretaps with Mel Murda, and he is also part of this whole thing. I think he's partially responsible. Think about it. They were watching this guy, right? They were watching him, and he's part of this thing. It almost like, and the feds were already looking at Mel Murda and the 9 Trey thing. This just adds more charges to the whole thing. It's just so messy and so complex. It's just, man,
Mr. Hernandez, are you currently in federal custody?
Yes, sir.
Approximately when did you start living in federal custody?
About November 18, 2018.
What were you arrested for?
Racketeering charges, violent crimes, shootings, drug distribution.
At some point, did you decide to cooperate with the government?
Yes.
When did that happen?
A day after, November 19th, the day after we was taken down.
In connection with your cooperation, have you pleaded guilty to certain crimes?
Yes.
What crimes did you plead guilty to?
I believe there was 9 counts of racketeering, shootings, and drug distribution.
It's never worth taking the quick route, guys. That's all I could say. If you're a kid, meaning kid, you're young, 16 to 22, 16 to 25, we make the biggest mistakes of our life, I'm 36, okay? So I remember those times. I'm old now, I'm older, I'm 36 years old. I started doing hip-hop videos when I was 18. I was in college, okay? So I've been doing this a while, and I made some of the stupidest mistakes from 18 to 24, 25. I'm telling you, I didn't start getting wise about life until 26, 27. And that's when most of you guys heard about me. I was doing the come up and everything, those early years, the come up. I was doing videos for Koch. And getting back to this artist, he deserves a chance because, listen, in the beginning of my career, 18, 19, I met Mobb Deep in them 19, 20 years old, okay? I was working with Prodigy, Infamous Mob, and Cormega. Cormega is the first one that tapped me and said, yo, I like your videos, because I did videos for some underground guys called Nonfiction and Arsonists, right? And I was actually trying to chase, I don't know if you remember Rocksteady Crew. I was into like underground hip hop for a while, for like a year or two. And then I was introduced to Queensbridge through Cormega, and Mobb Deep took notice of me, and I started working with them. And then I started doing the Come Up DVD because the Smack had come out. I came out with my own DVD called The Burn DVD. Probably never heard of it. But I sold a lot of copies in New York thanks to M-Rec. Me and him both distributed. He distributed that for me. And then, so Cormega really set me, like I put some work out there with Nonfiction, and Cormega really co-signed me. And it helped me. And I'm still friends with him to this day. I'm appreciative of things like that. So I just want to call attention to this guy because he does good work. And he does it for fun right now, really, because that's how you start. I wasn't making any money in the beginning. Little money, So, like, sometimes you just got to put that work in and it pays off. And he's doing good work. 3D designs and everything. Go check him out. I'm going to play some of his work here. He did this work right here with CEO Chris. It's fire. He did that quick, too. So I'm going to play some of his work. Let me know. I appreciate you guys, and I will check you guys on the next video. Thank you so much.